We'll take a look, friends, at the vegetables that we got out of the garden today. And I even got some potatoes. I got yellow squash, I got cucumbers, and there's a few potatoes in with the cucumbers, but most of it's cucumbers. I got my green beans and my royal burgundy beans. And that one is, what is that? That's beets. And there's a carrot on top. I forgot the carrot. I got to clean the carrot because I got my carrots. I picked a whole bunch of carrots and those are all clean. See, I got a whole big bunch of carrots. Those are all out of my garden. Okay, I'll get this carrot cleaned. And I also had my friend bring me some more of these beautiful, huge. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. And we're going to be putting those. I'm going to turn my light on. It seems a little dark in here. Maybe a little better. Anyway, they brought me a whole bunch of zucchini again. So I'm going to process those. I am going to shred them for zucchini bread. So hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee and I've got a busy day. I've got to process all my garden harvest. I had a beautiful harvest today. We're going to can the carrots. I'm going to show you that. It's simple. We're going to pickle my beets. And you're going to love that. I love pickled beets. My family does too. And with we're going to, well, I probably won't do that on camera because I already showed you how I shred up my zucchini and stuff. We're going to get the squash and the cucumbers cleaned up and ready for the market stand. And I'm also going to make a little bit of creamy cucumber salad because I got lots of them. And I got a couple of fresh onions from my garden. We're going to use that with them. So you know what, friends? Let's get busy because we got a nice afternoon ahead of us of canning and preserving and making a few odds and ends. Okay, friends, so here I got a bunch of my clean jars. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to pack these with the carrots. I don't know how many, probably only 4. There's not too many up in here. But we're going to set this right up here. And we're just going to start packing the carrots in there. My jars are clean. My carrots are all clean. And I want them about a good 1/2 inch head space. That's all I do. I just clean my carrots. I raw pack mine. Now you can hot pack them. I don't do that. I just raw pack mine. And I don't pack them real tight in the jars. And these are nice. My granddaughter Nene and I picked out of the garden this morning and we had a ball out there. That works too. See that? Sometimes you can give it a bang. Okay, actually I'm going to need another one. Or probably 2. Let's pack these all in here. This is just the easiest way to pack them. Give them a little bang down. Let me give these a little bit of a tap. You get a couple more in there when you do that. That one's good. That one's good. Okay. Oh, let's see. These are rainbow carrots that I grew, but I picked more orange ones today than the rainbow. I got a couple of big fat rainbow carrots in there, but not too many. Okay, that one's good. I think I'm going to get quite a few. I'm going to take and fill this jar here. I'm trying to use up the rest of these carrots nicely. Perfect. And that's good. See? Filled it nicely. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I gotta heat some water up. So we're gonna fill this. All right, we're gonna turn this on here. Might have a little too much water in there. Okay, we're gonna turn that on, get that heated up. In the meantime, I have got my canning salt. I'm gonna put a half a teaspoon of salt in each one of these. This part is not necessary. It's not required for canning, but it just gives it some flavor. All right. Now I use, I can find it. I love this little thing for debubbling my jars. Works perfect. Okay, so while that's going, we're gonna go ahead and clean these beets because these are gonna have to cook a little bit. I just want to take some of this dirt off them. Now it won't all come off. I got two different varieties in here. I got the Detroit dark red beets, which are these what I'm holding right now. And I absolutely forgot what these ones were. But they did beautifully in my garden. I'm going to get these all washed up. Because these are going to have to cook for a little bit. Between 10 and 15 minutes. And there's another carrot in there. I'll clean that carrot and put it in that jar. Okay, we're gonna throw these in there. We're gonna bring these to a boil. We're gonna let these boil about 10 minutes, enough so that the skins will be soft enough to come off easily. And I find it takes about anywhere from, 10 to 15 minutes. So we're putting these all in here. I'm gonna turn the water on. We're gonna fill this up. And we're gonna put it on the stove and let it boil. And then we can clean them and chunk them up and get them ready for the jars for pickling them. Okay, those are covered in there, so we're gonna put them on the stove. And that's boiling, so I tell you what, we're gonna trade spots with this. We're going to fill our carrots out. We'll put that on there. We'll turn that back on high or medium, and we'll get those going. That's a little warm, so I need okay, you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to fill these up, and then I'm going to have to debubble them. These are wonderful for soup. These are also good if you open up a jar and drain it and fry them, saute them in a little bit of butter. Oh, they're wonderful. That's how my grandkids love them, a little bit of butter and ginger. But I do have gingered carrots in the pantry still. So that's why I did these plain. So now we're going to go ahead We're going to give these a little debubbling. Push them all down. All right, that's good. Doesn't look like so far I'm going to have to. Oh, there's something in that one. There we go. Doesn't look like I'm going to have to add more water to any of these so far. I think I did this one. Make sure. Okay, that one I'm going to have to add a little bit too. Throw that one in there. And that one looks good. This one is good too. All right. These are all good. That one needs just a little bit of water. And probably, I'll put that in there. That one needs a little bit. Oh, I love canning. It's the greatest thing in the world to learn how to do. All right, those are all good. So now I'm going to get a damp cloth because there's nothing greasy. So I'm just going to wet down a piece of my paper towel and wipe these. And I don't want that one on there, so we're going to stick that one in there. That one's got room for more. Just give these a wipe down. And don't forget to wipe your rims because anything that's left on them can hinder your seal. And you want your hard work to seal. Okay, there's that one. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Finger tight. No need to crank these down. Yes, you can, baby. Okay, there they are. Now these are just going to sit here and chill out for a minute because I'm going to get my canner, but I'm going to put that on this side. Okay, friends, we are going to pour some vinegar in here so my jars don't get cloudy. And I need to move that so it don't start on fire. I'm going to turn that on high. And mine requires 3 inches of water, which is about 3 quarts.
Alright, Mama,
Between 3 and 4 quarts.
love you.
I love you too, sweetheart. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that's good. So we're just going to let that heat up a little bit because these jars are screaming hot. And these are going to boil. I'm going to put a lid on there that'll make it boil faster. Okay, friends, these are ready to go in there. All right, my lid. Okay.
What's that fancy thing?
That's my pressure canner.
Oh,
You're cute.
oh shoot. Cece pulled this out.
What is it?
Don't care, honey.
Oh, she's a hoot. Now we gotta close these from opposite sides. And no more than finger tight.
Emma?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Cece baby. Okay, this is going to heat up, and when it gets hot enough, it's going to start spewing steam out of the vent. And when it does that, we're going to let it spew steam for 10 minutes, and then we're going to put the jiggler in. And then when it starts to jiggle, we're going to time this for 25 minutes because this is pints. And in the meantime, these are going to boil away for about 10 minutes. I want to be able to just slip the skins right off. Okay, friends, I got a house full. I got everything going. It is busy in this house, and it is loud. So, this is set. We're going to set that time, or set the jiggler on that. This is done. It's been going for 10 minutes. Boiling nice. I might let it go another couple minutes. I got my cold water set for it. So, we're going to shut it off. Okay, friends, this is going to sit right here in the sink because it's screaming hot. Whew. And we're just going to pull these out and put them right in that cold water. Oh, I splashed it all over me. And the jiggler just started. Now we're going to turn that down just a little bit. Okay. There we go. Let's finish this up. While they're still good and cold. It's at 12 pounds of pressure. I needed it at 10, so I had to turn it down a little bit more. Looks like a carrot. Okay. We're going to let those cool off and do their thing. See how easy those peel off there? They just come right off. Okay, friends, these are all cut up, ready to go back in for just a few more minutes. And I do that because I like them to get a little softer than what they are. Plus I can use, because they're nice and clean, and I can use this water, and you can only see, my head's cut off. You can only see part of me. I use this water in my pickling too, in my pickling solution. All right, so we're gonna put this on the stove. And that is done. It's off. It's cooling off so that I can take them out of there when it's nice and cold. Okay, friends, these are all cleaned and rinsed and on the stove in fresh water. Once this comes to a boil, I'm only going to let them boil for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to jar them up, and then we're going to make our pickling brine. Okay, so the carrots are ready to come out. So we're going to... Well, I had that tight. We're going to undo these. My hands probably are a little sore from peeling all those beets too, as well. Open this puppy up away from your face, please. Okay, we're just going to set this right up there. Beautiful. So these are done, and they'll be out of the way. Look at how gorgeous those are. Actually, I'll show you. Look at it. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice addition to the pantry. Look at this cute little jar. I love it. Isn't that darling little jar? I love those small jars. Those are always nice in a gift basket. I have a few of those fancy jars, and I like to, I like to put stuff in them. And then when I give away gift baskets and such, they're darling. Beautiful. I am pleased with these. And I still got a lot more carrots out there. But I'm going to let those ones go a little longer to get a little bigger. Aren't those beautiful? We got 7 beautiful pints. Gorgeous. All right, that's just going to stay just like that. I'm going to bring it down because now we're going to put together our pickled beets. Okay, friends, I got my jars nice and clean. They're not hot anymore, but they were. Anyway, we're going to start filling these. And then I'm going to use, because the water in this is good, so I'm going to use that to make my brine. Just give them a little shake down there. I know some people, you can't see me very well, and I'm sure I'm sorry, but I know some people will take and boil the beets in the brine, but I don't do that. I just load my jars, and I might have this one a little too full. Let's see if we can't pound that down a little bit. All right, that'll work. I don't boil mine in there. I put mine in the jar, and then I add the, look at that, I got another one. Let me pound that down. Just give it a tap on your counter and see how it does. It goes right down. These are beautiful beets, and I still got more beets out there too, so I'll get another, hopefully about another same, hopefully the same amount as I'm going to get today. I'll have in the other beets. Let me tap this down. I dropped one. This one can go in here. And then probably put one or two more in there. That one should be enough. There. It's a good thing I did extra jars in my dishwasher because I think I'm going to need more jars than what I got here. I'm going to tamp this down. Perfect. I'm probably going to need one more jar. Not even. So, I only got a few left in there, so we're going to tap some of these down a little more. See if we can't cram them in there. Okay, we got it. Beautiful. Okay, folks, we got this going on. We are going to do 4 cups of vinegar. Okay, we got that. We're going to do 2 cups of this beet water. Okay, we got that. Now we're going to put in 1 cinnamon stick. We're going to do a handful of cloves. There we go. We're going to do about 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And this is my canning salt. So there's 1 teaspoon. We're going to do 1/2. All right, now we're going to do 2 cups of sugar. And I only got 1/2 cup here. So we're going to do 4 of these. We're going to turn this on. Ooh, I got it all over in my stove. Okay, that's it. That's all we're going to put in there. We're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to turn it down, and we're going to let it simmer for about 5 minutes before I fill my jars. While that's coming to a boil, it still has not boiled, but I want to find some small bay leaves, and I like putting them in my jar. Just 1 small one in each jar. And I don't know. That's, my grandma always did that. That's what she taught me to do, so that's what I do. She always put a bay leaf in everything she pickled. Oh, that one's a little full. It might go down once I debubble. I think I got all these a little full. I think I'm going to have just enough brine. Those are gorgeous. I'm going to take out the cinnamon stick because I don't want that in my jar. And we're just going to fill this just like so. Okay. Well, that's a 1/4 inch from the top. And that brine smells wonderful. We're going to wipe these down. Okay, so we are going to put these right on here. Those are gorgeous. I love that color. And they'll get really dark in the canner. Just finger tight. These are going to get water bathed. And you know what? Because my pressure canner's out, I'm going to use that as a makeshift water bath. You can do that. I don't want to bring my big water bath canner out if I don't have to. So we're just going to utilize that. Okay, while my water is filling, these are hot enough so this hot water in here that's already in here isn't going to hurt anything. They won't get thermal shock because they're probably both the same heat, the same temperature. So we're going to put these in there, and then we're going to cover them with water, put the lid on, turn it on, and when it starts to boil, we'll time it for 30 minutes. Perfect. It covered them perfectly. Okay. There goes the lid. We're just going to set it like that. I'm going to get my mess all cleaned up because then we're going to move on to the next, which is the green beans. And boy, this is a busy day. This is a marathon of preserving the beautiful homegrown harvest from my garden. I love it. I got my beans all snipped and cleaned, and I'm just going to chop them and get them packaged up for the freezer. I'm not canning any green beans this year. I didn't grow a whole lot of green beans this year for that reason. Because I am, oh, I don't want that in there. I am just going to freeze some. And that's it. I've got tons of them still canned from my last season. So, all I'm going to do with these is just give them a rough chop and put them in the freezer. And I'll use these for my casseroles and such. Beautiful. We got about 9 minutes left on our 30-minute timer. And I'm moving along pretty good today. We got the carrots done. The beets are almost done. I just got these to cut up, put away. I'm going to grate up that zucchini. I think with the yellow summer squash I got, I think I'm going to freeze dry that for winter, for my soups and stuff. Because I love, and I got a lot of bok choy froze up. Or freeze dried, excuse me, so that I can make my bok choy soup in the winter. I love that stuff. I want to get these done. I should have these done by the time the beets are done, so everything will be set. I cut the tails off my beans. I don't like them. They look, and I think they look funny in a jar too. And I know people say they don't cut them off because that's still food, but I don't like them. I guess it just depends on where you're standing. All right, and we got that done before the beets are done. I'm gonna give those a blanch, get them in the cold water, get them draining and ready to pack in my quart jars. All right, that's ready to go. Okay, these are done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set it like that for a few minutes so that it doesn't get shocked in there. Beautiful. The water's getting ready to boil for blanching the green beans. The carrots are beautiful, friends. Look how nice these turned out. I just love that. I grow the rainbow carrots every year. Okay. That's been sitting for a couple minutes so we can take these out of here. And these are looking gorgeous. Look at them. Beautiful, hey? I think that's a beautiful color. And see, it worked perfect. The water bath canner, or the pressure canner, worked perfectly fine for a water bath canner. And I didn't have to pull both of them out. All right, that's gonna cool off. I'm not touching it until it's completely cool. And then I'll clean it because I always clean it before I put it away. This is getting ready to boil. And we'll get the green beans done. Friends, those are gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? The color. Love it. I'm gonna bag this up in one of my silicone bags for the freezer. And I'm not gonna flash freeze it because you give these a couple good bangs on the counter and it'll all break apart anyway. So I'm just gonna load this right in here. My hands are clean and it's all good. And I'm gonna put it all in one bag. then I can bust it up and take out what I want. And there's not so much room, you know, used up in my freezer. Perfect. Okay, that is perfect. I don't even need to label it because I know what it is. And I know it's from this year. And it will be used up before the winter is over anyway. So there, perfect. Ready for the freezer. Okay, now that we got the majority of everything done, I'm going to set my oven to 400 because I harvested some beautiful red potatoes today out of my garden, and I'm going to make a beautiful roasted herbed potatoes with rosemary, parsley, garlic, salt, and pepper. So before I do anything, I do want to take my tray and put olive oil on it. And I'm just going to chop these just like so. These are going to be wonderful. I'm going to do all these up because, if you know, what's left over, I mean, first off, I never know who's going to show up for dinner, but what's left over, I can put in the fridge and have a side for another meal. So I'm just going to do all of these up. These are wonderful. I've made these several times. I love it. This is my next favorite. You know, with the fresh potatoes, the new potatoes, this is my favorite next to the creamed potatoes and peas. That I love. And not just creamed. I love to just boil them up with peas and put some butter and some sour cream in it. And oh my gosh, is that good. I just love all that. I got some real small ones. I keep the small ones too. Those are the best ones. Those ones are just going to get cut in half. These will be beautiful. Delicious too. Mr. Wayna had to go to Traverse City today twice. That's about 45 minutes north of us, but he had to go up there twice because they're putting windows in the basement, and he broke 2 windows. Putting the one window in his tool room, he has busted 2 windows. I said, "Are you kidding me? Maybe you should quit for the evening." He says, "I think so." All right, there we go. Now, I need another bowl because I'm going to season these up in a bowl. Oh, there it is, my scraper. So, I'm going to put olive oil on here. I know I got it on my pan, but I'm putting it on my potatoes too. And I'm going to be generous with it because they're wonderful that way. Right? I need to dry my hands off too. I also want to chop up this onion and put it in there with them. This is one that I got out of my garden today. Beautiful. No, it's not cured. It's fresh, right out of the garden. And I'm going to use it that way. Okay. All right, there we go. Well, maybe. Okay, we got that. We're gonna put some pepper on these. We're gonna put salt on these. Not that much though. I've got parsley, garlic, and some rosemary. Rosemary. It smells so wonderful. A nice bunch of parsley. I got fresh parsley in my garden, but I didn't pick any today. And I should have. I wasn't even thinking when I was out there. We're going to do a little bit of garlic in here too. And I'm just going to shake it in there. That's good. All right. We're going to mix this all up so everything's coated. We're going to put it out on this tray. Actually, I'm going to get the rest of the goodies out of this pan, friends, or the bowl. Spread it out on there. Beautiful. And these are going to go in the oven, 400 degrees. Take a look at that. Beautiful. 400 degrees for about a half hour or so. 25 minutes, half hour. Okay, in the oven these go. I'm going to clean my mess. And we are pretty much done. It's like 8 o'clock at night. So I'm going to do, my zucchini will last till tomorrow, which is fine. I'm going to put that together tomorrow. I don't need to do that in a video because you've already seen how I preserve my zucchini. Now I might freeze dry some of it. And if I do, I'll show you that process. Because if I freeze dry it, it won't, I won't have to waste space in my freezer, and I can just throw it right in my soups and my casseroles in the middle of winter, and they'll be wonderful. Okay, these are out of the oven. These are gorgeous. And they're crispy on the bottom. Ooh, that's wonderful that way. I'm going to dish some up. And I also sauteed up one of my yellow summer squash for my dinner. And I'll get that and then I'll show you. Okay, friends, take a look at that. Doesn't that look wonderful? Looks delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna go enjoy my dinner. Well, there you have it, friends. We did some beautiful canning and preserving and cooking with my wonderful homegrown harvest out of my garden. Lovely addition to my pantry, a lovely addition to the freezer, and I still got more to do. So there you have it. Thanks for hanging out with me. We had a lovely time in the kitchen. I hope you try these recipes. You're gonna love them. It's time to start stocking the pantries in the freezer. You all have a wonderful night. I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.